Hey guys, it's Jake here with another collection video for you all. In this video, we're going to be looking at part of my Jungle, Fossil, Team Rocket, Gym Challenge, and Gym Hero PSA cards. And we're also going to look at binders. I'm going to try to combine them all in one video. So I'm going to move decently fast, but you guys can see there are quite a few of them. Definitely not as much as base set. I definitely have less of these. And I don't have a completed jungle set. I do have a completed fossil set here. I do really like jungle and fossil, but not every card from the set. And I think, like most people, my favorite card from fossil is Dragonite. I also really like the birds. I love these, the Fossil Muse. I wish they had done that in English. Those would have been a huge hit if they had decided to do that. So I have a couple of those. Before we get to the gyms, we'll focus on just Fossil and Jungle here at the top. Love Dragonite. Also, I like to get the just regular non-hollow rare. I think is gorgeous, but legendary birds are great. And then we have underneath that, we have rocket set. My my English rocket set is actually at PSA, or some of it is at PSA right now, and will be coming back at some point. As you'll see when we went through the binders, I took out a number of cards that I was missing from these sets and just decided to send them in because I think my binder copies were probably 8, 9 worthy. And then my Gym Challenge, probably my favorite set. In fact, definitely my favorite set of any of the sets that are on the table in terms of the art. Kind of take our time and go through these. Just absolutely love these cards. I was able to get a couple of the rare ones, like this Giovanni Persian. It's really hard to get in a 10. And that Golduck. Just like everyone is amazing, I think. And then I really like these trainer cards. I always liked them. I just think they're really cool, those holo trainer cards. And then we've got Gym Heroes. You guys can get a sense. Do not have a complete Gym Heroes set. Managed to make a lot of progress on these, and then all of these at the bottom are non-hollow. Some fossil cards. I managed to make pretty good progress on a lot of these sets, but I just didn't see a lot of these sets, I guess the way to put it is that a lot of these sets, they got very expensive and went up a lot in value long before the pandemic happened. Unlike base set, which stuck at sort of a pretty stable price for an additional 6 months to 8 months. And one thing to note is, like, I have not been in this hobby that long, really. It's been 3.5 years, and I did a lot of my purchasing. I didn't do that much purchasing in the first year. The majority of the purchasing came in the latter 2 sort of years, including that last year, which is when I made most of my purchases, and prices had already started going up on some of these, so I just never made as much progress, and I really focused, as you guys will see as I go through my collection. I have more E-Series, and I have more some more like EX era cards and things like that, and level X's, because they were just a lot more affordable and I saw a lot more value in them at the time. But I did want to try and complete at least Gym Challenge. I think I'm missing the Beedrill and the Alakazam still. In terms of like where I see these cards going next, I think these cards will always be very desirable. Will always do very well. I'd be careful with some of these commons and uncommons for now. I think in the long run you may see them find pretty stable, decent price points and be great gifts and great collectible items. But I think in the short run, you're going to see a lot more graded. So I would expect those pop reports, particularly on the commons and uncommons, to go up. I think that there are a lot of, like, some of the cheaper gym cards are still very affordable compared to other things. I think Jungle and Fossil is probably pretty accurately priced within the market, just because it particularly Fossil, just because it isn't as nearly as hard to get, and Rocket's definitely in this boat too, just isn't as hard to get in my experience as some of these other sets that we're gonna go through, including, I think, the gyms, but then even more so as we kind of head into the Neos and E series. And so I just think that although it's the original 151 Pokemon, they're amazing, historic, incredible sets. I don't think that they are relatively underpriced to many cards in the hobby right now, although I do think that they are underpriced compared to maybe certain modern cards, for example. So what I didn't show you guys last time are some of my binders, so I thought I would be quick, kind of go through. So this binder has a number of my childhood cards, as well as having, at one point it had actual complete first edition and Shadowless sets, but I've since graded a lot of these cards, and now, I know we did base set last time, so I'll go through this. These are still almost all first edition. Some Shadowless, I think. Eventually I'll probably grade more of these. I still do probably have about 100 or 150 ungraded, maybe 200 ungraded first edition common uncommons to probably send in. Here's an almost completed. All the spaces were cards that were like gem mint condition that I pulled out and graded. So near complete. Jungle. Fossil isn't that near complete anymore, so I have to go back and complete these binder sets again eventually. It was really fun building out these binder sets. Let me see if I can get it where the light isn't as bad. That's a lot better. So, some first edition Rocket cards. Missing quite a bit of those. As I said, I sent some of them in to complete the set. Just sent in the Charizard, because the Charizard just gotten so expensive. And sent in some of these Black Star promos. So again, I actually have extra copies of all these things in storage. So I have to go into storage, get them, and then fill them out. And what I always did is I actually put my best copies in my binders that just weren't quite gem mint enough, let's say, to send in. I really tried to only send 10s in, but as these cards all get so much more expensive, I started sending in the 9s and even the 8s on some of the chase cards, and so I have to go back into storage and work on completing those binders again. And then these are some of my doubles binders of the hollows. Looks like it's here we go. So this starts with base set. I love these binders. Some Blastoises. You know, a lot of these cards are probably 8s. I really tried to send in the 9s and 10s. There might even be some 9s of some of the lesser hollows, just to show you guys that there's still a lot more of these cards out there that are in good condition. I only have one Charizard left in here because I used to have like 10 in here, but I graded them all and sent a bunch more off for grading. Anything that I felt was above a 7 or above, I sent in of Charizard. A lot of Hitmonchans, a lot of Machamps, some Shadowless, I think, in there. Shadowless one up there. Some Japanese cards mixed in here, mostly English. A lot of Ninetales. So you guys get the point. And then Jungle, spend a lot of time just hanging out, like watching TV with this binder in my hand as I look through it. Something about having like a lot of doubles in a binder is very satisfying, I think. I love these binders. They are very expensive, but I think it's worth the price of $20-some that you pay because they just feel so much better. Some Fossil into Team Rocket. So eventually, you know, I might pull more of these cards out to grade, but it's hard because any cards that are sort of 8 or below, particularly if it's not a Charizard or something like that, I just prefer them in a binder. And I'm just not sure that there's real collector value in having them in that case and spending the money on that case. And I don't know how the market's going to receive those over time. Some Gyms and into the Neos, which we will look more at next time. So that's the video for today. Hope you guys are enjoying these. Can take one last look at the table. Thank you all so much for continuing to watch the channel, engage on the channel. We're on our way to 5,000 subscribers, which is exciting, which was my sort of secret goal for the first year of doing this channel. So happy we're on the road to that, and hope everyone is enjoying their collection journey and is finding cards that they're hoping to track down and making progress on their goals. All right, so we'll have another video for you guys soon. All right, take care.